In the beginning, the mothers of our lead characters went hiking together. As they walked, they chatted about skincare, sharing tips and secrets. Soon the talk turned to their children's achievements, sparking a friendly rivalry. One mother proudly declared, "My son Seyoung-hyo won an award at an architecture competition, and even he is in national team of swim." The other chimed in, "Well, my daughter Seok-ryu landed a top US job after graduation." Their friend, who had heard these stories countless times, smiled knowingly, having memorized every detail. The award show was about to begin. The co-CEO were worried that Seyoung might not make it. Meanwhile, Seyoung-hyo was at a funeral home discussing plans with the director to build a shelter for visitors at the memorial park so they could enjoy their time there. As he wrapped up the conversation, co-CEO Ma Young-woo called to let him know the awards had begun. Seyoung hurried to the venue, arrived just in time, received his award, and then headed off to his next commitment. Seok-ryu's mother handed out invitation cards for Seok-ryu's wedding, and everyone congratulated her warmly. Meanwhile, Seok-ryu arrived in Korea without telling anyone. Her friend Mo-yum, a paramedic, came to pick her up. Their reunion was full of joy after being apart for so many years. Feeling hungry, Seok-ryu and Mo-yum decided to head to a restaurant they used to frequent during their school days. The familiar surroundings and shared memories made their time together even more special. As Seok-ryu's brother entered the shop, she quickly turned to Mo-yum. When her brother left, Mo-yum asked why she was hiding from him. Ryu explained that she wanted to surprise her family and needed her help. They set off toward her house with balloons, but Mo-yum received an emergency call and had to leave. Ryu continued on her own. On the way, she passed a building that used to be a sauna from her childhood, as she remembered how her mother used to take her there. As Seok-ryu was looking around, she was startled when Seyoung approached from behind. Both were shocked to see each other after so many years. Seyoung asked her what she was doing there, and she responded with a playful, "What about you?" Seyoung then told her to leave because this was his office. Ryu was about to go. She noticed her mother coming home from hiking. Panicking, she quickly hid under a box and requested Seung to help her. When they arrived, everyone was thrilled to see Seung and congratulated him on his new office. Someone noticed a bag on the road and asked Seyoung if it was his. At first, he said no, but when Ryu knocked on the box, Seung realized it was her bag and admitted it was his. After seeing everyone off, Seyoung saw Seok-ryu trying to sneak out. He stopped her, but she ripped through the cardboard box and came out. Seyoung asked why she was hiding from her mother. Seok-ryu simply smiled and saying she need to use the bathroom to avoid answering. Ryu was looking around the office when Seyoung told her to leave. Ignoring him, she went upstairs and tripped over a wire, almost falling. A shelf started to fall on her, but Seyoung pushed it back. Unfortunately, a heavy art piece fell on his back, injuring him. Ryu quickly checked on him, and Seyoung told her the art piece was worth 17 million. Carefully, Ryu picked it up and put it back on the shelf. Mo-yum rushed to help a man who had fainted from drinking too much. She noticed he was injured and had diabetes. She tried to take him to the hospital, but he started arguing and smashed a bottle to scare her away. Dan-ho stepped out of the crowd to assist, but he ended up getting hurt. Acting quickly, Mo-yum kicked the man, knocking him down. After that, the man agreed to go to the hospital. Meanwhile, Ryu and Seyoung headed to her house. On the way, Ryu spotted a delivery guy and asked Seyoung if she could borrow his helmet. Ryu then started layering on all the clothes from her bag. When they arrived home, Ryu asked Seyoung to hit her to see if she was protected enough. She also begged him to stay with her that night because she was too scared to face her mom. Seyoung asked why she was so scared. Ryu finally told him that she had called off her wedding. When Seung told Ryu that her mom was standing right behind her, she thought he was joking, but when she turned around, her mom was actually there and heard everything. Ryu smiled and walked over to her mom, saying she had called off the wedding. "How can you call off the wedding 1 month ago and Ryu quickly hid behind Seyoung, trying to explain, but her mom kept swinging at her. Finally, Seyoung stepped in and calmed her down, asking her to listen to Ryu for just a moment. Ryu's mom asked her why she called off the wedding. Ryu tried to take the blame, but her mom, angry, started hitting her. Ryu's dad stepped in and asking her to listen to Ryu. Ryu then confessed that she also quit her job. Her mom, shocked, said, "You worked so hard for years, and now you just quit." She began hitting Ryu again. Ryu quickly grabbed Seong's hand and ran. Her mom tried to chase them but had to stop when she got tired. They found a bench and decided to take a break. Seong asked Ryu why she quit her job. Ryu explained, "I've been staring at a computer for 10 years, and it's drained me. I went to the US, adjusted, got a job, and even got engaged, but all of that overwhelmed me, so I needed a reset. That's why I quit my job and called off the wedding." Ryu's brother called Seong, asking him to bring Ryu home since their mom had calmed down. Seong told her to come home, but Ryu hesitated. "I don't think mom has calmed down." Seong reassured her, "Don't worry, I'm with you." Together, they headed back to her home. At the hospital, Dan-ho was impressed by Mo Eum's work and asked her name. Mo Eum said, "I've been working for 6 years, and anyone who asks for my name or number never stays in touch." Dan-ho replied, "I want to get to know you." Mo Eum responded, "I don't share my name," and then walked away. They arrived home, but Ryu hesitated and asked Seong to go inside first. When Ryu saw her mom crying, she went to comfort her, only to realize her mom was hiding a stick. Ryu tried to run, but Seong grabbed her and took her to her mom, locking the door behind them. Her mom started questioning Ryu. Seong, recalling how Ryu had defended him from bullies in their childhood, left with smile, knowing things were about to get chaotic again. Ryu took Seong to a part-time job where they worked as dishwashers. With the money they earned, Ryu bought some decorations for her room and a gift for her mother. Back in the present, Ryu's mom asked her why she quit her job. Ryu replied, "I'm tired of working for so many years and bored with my engagement, so I decided to quit both." Her mom asked what she planned to do now. Ryu said, "I want to sleep a lot, eat Korean food, do nothing for a while, and just enjoy being unemployed." Her mom got angry, but her dad calmed her down. The next morning, her mom stopped talking to her. Later, Seong and Mo Eum arrived, and they all sat down for breakfast. Ryu started arguing with her brother. Mo Eum then asked Ryu why she quit her job, and Ryu gave the same answer she had given her mom. Mo Eum left for work when it was time for her shift. Ryu went back to bed. Ryu then asked Seong to come closer because she had something to tell him. As Seong approached, Ryu suddenly grabbed him. Her mom intervened just in time to save Seong. Ryu's mom started shouting at her again and ordered her to bring some rice cakes to Seong's office. When Ryu arrived, she started chatting with Mayong and the employees, who were happy to see her. They asked her to share how she met Seong during childhood. Ryu smiled and said, "Back in 1995, Seong was born in France and didn't speak Korean. He was so shy, always hiding behind his mom. So since my mom was a babysitter, I started taking care of him. I taught him how to play, eat healthy food, and even showed him how to save money." Seong walked over and interrupted with a grin. "That's not the full story. Let me tell you the truth. She's messy, overly bossy, and wouldn't let me have any time alone. She spent all my money on chocolates and only gave me the food she didn't want." When the neighbors started gossiping about Ryu, her mom, furious, rushed to her friend's shop. There, she overheard that their old school friends were planning to attend Seong's office opening. These were the same friends she had proudly told about Ryu's engagement. Now, she felt worried, knowing that if they found out about the cancelled wedding, they might tease her. Ryu, feeling restless at home, had enough. When her mom tried to contact her ex-fiancé, Ryu grabbed the phone, deleted his number, and firmly told her, "Don't call him again." Seong was upset because the project had stopped due to a problem, and they wouldn't get paid until work restarted. Ryu, feeling down, remembered how her company fired her and how her fiancé cheated on her. On her way home, Ryu bought a plant as a gift for Seong to congratulate him on his office opening. She gave it to him, apologizing for not making it to the event. The next morning, Ryu's mom was looking for a brochure that Ryu had given her. Running late, she went to the opening without it. At the event, as expected, their friends began gossiping about Ryu's broken engagement. Ryu's mom felt embarrassed but acted happy. Ryu's mom overheard her friends talking about the cancelled engagement and became frustrated. Ryu brought the brochure for her mom, but her mom got nervous and asked her to leave. Ryu was about to go. Their friends arrived. To avoid embarrassment, Ryu's mom quickly told them that Ryu had worked for a top US company and recently quit to take a break in Korea, would return to the US after finding a better job. At home, Ryu asked her mom, "Did I embarrass you that much? Did you plan all that in advance? You're going back to the US. You don't want me here, do you? That's why you turned my room into a storage space," grabbed Ryu's bag and started dragging it out of the room. "What are you doing? Are you crazy?" Her mum, with tears in her eyes. "You worked so hard, got a full scholarship, landed a great job, and then you just quit. You were my pride. How can I be your pride when you don't even care about what I want? I just want to live as your daughter, but you never see that." Ryu stormed out of the house. Outside, Seong overheard the heated argument between Ryu and her mother. Concerned, he quietly followed her. Ro tried to act cheerful, recalling their childhood memories with a forced smile. He said softly, "You don't need to pretend in front of me. If you need to cry, just cry." At his words, Ryu finally let her guard down and started crying. Seong stayed by her side, offering quiet comfort. Back to home, Ryu's mom began to realize the weight of what she had done. Feeling guilty, she quietly returned Ryu's bag to her room. Later, after Ryu had calmed down, Seong comforted her until she felt better. In the morning, her mom went to check on Ryu, but found her room empty. When Ryu returned home, she went to her room and was surprised to see it redecorated. Confused, she went downstairs to ask her mom about it. Her dad then explained that it was her mom who had asked Seong to redecorate the room. Ryu felt a sense of relief and happiness wash over her as things started to return to normal. That night, Ryu called Seong to thank him for redecorating her room. But in typical Seong way, he began teasing her. When Ryu opened her window, she was startled to see Seong standing there. She asked in surprise, "What are you doing here?" Seong responded, "I moved in." A memory flashed in Ryu's mind. She recalled putting up stickers as a child and almost falling, but Seong caught her just in time.